Okay. What's good, everyone? It's your boy GD, the sports actor, and you know how this goes. We're going to jump right into it, okay? And I just want to say we are back, people, okay? We're back here weekly. We're back here consistently. Hopefully, we have a new regime after this bye week heading in with the new quarterback, whether that be Drew Lock, whether that be Tommy DeVito. I don't care. Whether that be anybody off the street, if you want to hold auditions, at this point, the New York Giants, we need to see something new. So let's get into this game. The New York Giants lost to the horrible North Carolina Panthers 20-17. Some might call it a loss. Some might call it a win because through this loss, I think we are second right now in the draft. So at least that worked out for us. That Tyron Tracy fumble probably is the best thing to happen for the New York Giants moving forward. I mean, this gives us a chance to actually go get a quarterback. We brought Brian Daboll into this house. We literally went and got him from the Buffalo Bills because we said, hey, we saw what you did with Josh Allen. Can you do the same thing with Daniel Jones? Same prototype, very similar. I just don't understand as to... No, I do understand where the disconnect is. Daniel Jones just sucks. He's no Josh Allen. He can't read the field. He can't extend plays. He can't make magical things happen. He's just a good backup quarterback. If your main guy goes down and you need someone to fill in from week 4 to week 7, Daniel Jones is your guy. Maybe he'll win you 1 or 2 of those games, but that's about it. He's not going to give you an elite production when it comes to running the offense. That's just fact. We've had 6 years of analysis. We've had 6 years of concrete material to look at. And multiple coaches, and nothing has seemed to work. We've given him the offensive line that we said that he's never had. And he has an offensive line that has stepped up from offensive lines of previous. This is substantially better than what he's had before, and he can't do anything with it. I mean, it's just, at this point, the New York Giants are being held back, as Joe Shane, we're not losing a lot of these games by much. Well, gee, because the defense is trying the best and to shut out teams during the whole first half, and not only until the end of the third into the fourth do teams start racking up points, because by that point, they're just tired. That's why. The defense has been there. The defense showed up to play this season, and they just, after week 5, 6, 7, you're just consistently just losing. I mean, it's just so hard. It's hard on the body. It's hard on the mental. And I know, during the press conference that Joe had, Joe Shane said, it's not just one guy. There's a lot of different factors as to why we are 2-8 right now. Really? Or who are you going to point fingers at? The defense that has the 22 most sacks in the NFL? Probably more now if I go look at it. Are you talking to Malik Neighbors, who was on a offensive tear, whose offensive rookie of the year season is ruined, as well as my bet that I placed on that, because his quarterback can't get him the ball? Are you talking to Wandell or Slay, who, yes, dropped a few passes, but some of them were behind them for some reason? Who are you trying to blame, essentially, here? Because if it was up to me to point fingers, I'm going to say that the play calling has been good. I'm going to say that the receivers have been running their routes well and are in positions to make open catches or in positions to make to get yak yards. And the person that's failing to get them the ball, the person who holds the ball the most, the person that the league prioritizes over every other position, which is why we had that whole contract issue and losing out on Saquon and McKinney, even though, very happy to see Tyron Tracy in a Giants uniform because he is just monster. He's electric. I love Tyron Tracy. 2nd year playing running back, 1st year in the NFL. Come on now. This man is he's definitely, if you're telling me I got to let go of Saquon to get a younger, cheaper person like Tyron Tracy Jr., sign me up. And so I don't really understand where the blame is coming, because there's only one person that we've seen who's been here consistently and who hasn't given us a winning season since he's been here, except 2022. How everyone says the anomaly year, but that year people were just playing for contracts. People were playing for money. When you have people who are playing for an incentive, they're going to play harder. That year, a lot of people were playing for contracts, playing for extensions, looking to get bigger pots. So people were balling. Money is a motivator, people. Okay? And so, besides that year, DJ's done nothing. And, what's funny is after this game, which, we'll go into it a little bit, but I literally think that the Giants tanked on this one. I think that, I'm not going to say receivers necessarily gave up, but after a couple of overthrows, missed throws, third and out quickly, I feel like people were just at this point like, we got a bye coming up. We already know what the problem is. We're not going to be able to churn anything over. Come on now. What are we doing? And it was the whole first half. The whole first half was just like couldn't do anything. I mean, the second half is when things started to go off and you start to see points be put up on the board. But let's be honest. This is what Daniel Jones does. He plays shitty the whole first half. And then the second half, he'll be able to play to make up for how bad he played in the first half to walk away with 190 yards, 22 for 37, 0 TDs, and 2 interceptions. Like, what is that? What is that? You're a quarterback and you're not throwing touchdowns. You're throwing no touchdowns. You're running in for a touchdown. And I made a tweet about this. I X this on the X app. I tweeted this. I said, Daniel Jones, in my opinion, would probably play better as a tight end. I mean, we have footage. We have footage of the man running the ball, getting the ball handed off, and just running people over, of covering the distance. We have footage of, a fake, I believe it was to Odell. Odell in the backfield then throws the ball to Daniel Jones, who makes a one-handed catch for the first down. I mean, we can work with that. You're telling me we're going to take his 6'6", 230-pound frame, I believe. If we're going to take that and move it over to tight end, all right. I'm down. Quarterback ain't it. So, if it's about what this organization and team needs to do, and if we're being honest with ourselves, because a lot of us have gotten a big gut punch from this organization, from this gameplay. I don't think I've ever seen the New York Giants in this disarray. While you see other teams like the Commanders climbing, while you see a NFC East that was for the taking. We literally could have been in the mix, stayed in the mix. The Eagles aren't good. The Cowboys are horrible. And you have the Commanders who are revamping themselves and giving themselves a new identity. Hopefully they go back to the Redskins, but they used to be the bottom of the barrel. We used to have them as the rug to walk on. Now, it seems as if the Giants are the clowns of the town. The Giants are the ones that no one even wants to talk about on First Take or any of these programs. They don't even want to waste their time to give us a minute or 2 minute segment about what's going on. They want to talk about Dallas, what's going on in Dallas. Dallas sucks. That's what's going on in Dallas. Dallas gave too big of contract. First of all, they have an 8-year QB who hasn't done anything through Dak. Paid him. They paid one wide receiver and said, hey, you're going to be the only guy on offense. They bring in a running back that they threw out in the garbage, and they brought him back because they didn't have a choice because they didn't want to sign Tony Pollard. And then they have a disgruntled Micah Parsons, whose defense is starting to dwindle before our eyes. The NFC East was here for the taking. We don't make a QB switch. We're stuck on the fact that we want to stick with Daniel. Daniel's our guy. We're going to force this. Daniel Jones is going to be the QB. Guys, I get it. You paid the guy money. You made a bet, $160 million, $40 million a year, 2 year out if you need to. You said that this is going to be our guy over those other guys, and now maybe ego is rearing its ugly head. Because I don't understand how Daniel Jones gives us our best ability to win games, but he can't throw touchdowns. He can't throw farther than 10 yards. He can't throw over 250 yards a game and 3 TDs. This is what the standard is now. That's what Lamar's doing. That's what Patrick Mahomes is doing. Like, come on. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Quarterbacks need to be held to a certain standard just like everyone else. Go look amongst your peers and go see what the top dogs are putting up. They're not putting up 190, 175 yards, 0 TDs, 1 rushing TD. How are you supposed to win games with that? I mean, with an elite defense like the New York Giants, I mean, that could happen, but come on. The defense is tired. They're always out there. And so this game was disgusting. But I do want to give some, praise, like I said, to Tyrone Tracy Jr., 103 yards off of 18 carries, averaging 5.7 yards and 1 touchdown. Love to see what's happening with that. Devin Singletary not getting as much play time, probably won't be here next year, but we have Tyrone Tracy Jr. moving forward with him, and we'll probably, through the draft, maybe keep Devin Singletary, but we do have some other guys on the practice squad who we can just put right behind him. Tyrone Tracy's great. So we found our running back for the future and solidified that in. We have Malik Neighbors, 6 receptions, 50 yards, 8.3, was averaging yards per catch. But like I said, it's so hard that Malik Neighbors, his offensive stardom is being eclipsed by Daniel Jones' suckiness. There's no better words that I would put in there. I mean, there are better words that I could find through Webster, but those definitely, let's just keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. His suckiness is blocking Malik Neighbors from shining. So Malik Neighbors was able to, 6 receptions. I believe he's tied with Puka Nacua for most receptions, the fastest by a rookie. So, congrats to Malik Neighbors for still trying to break records, even in the situation that he's in. Even, during his post-game interview, I thought that he was very stand-up, very classy, and handled all the questions well. Didn't really put too much blame and really, spoke honestly in interviews before. But for this one, just, let him know that it's an 12-man or 11 men are on the field. 12 men if you count the fans, but 11 men are on the field, and they're here to play, support each other, and sometimes it's not going to work out the way that you want it to, but you have to consistently continue to push, fight, and just, move on for another day and pick up your guys. And it was good to see him, do that. I know that he's had some trouble when it came to a couple of those conversions. He's dropped a couple passes in critical, spots. So when Tyrone Tracy did fumble that ball, it was nice to see people like Malik Neighbors, who is also a rookie and faced similar situations, come up to a teammate and give him a bit of encouragement and let him know, man, that, that play doesn't define you. You played a great game, and it happens. So that was great to see. Of course, it was awesome to see Tyler Nubin out there still balling. Of course, our defense didn't play as well as I would have liked. I thought that, Hubbard was definitely moving the ball at will. I don't know what was going on with the tackling. I really didn't see any tackling out there, which is exactly why they have the 20 points that they do. But like I said, I believe that these guys walked into this game a little bit defeated. I believe people walked in knowing exactly what was at stake here, whether that be draft position or whether that be moving forward after the bye week with a new fresh face at QB. But something has to happen. The Giants cannot continue to go down this road. They really cannot. You will lose the locker room. You will get players injured if they're playing for nothing. You have people like Malik Neighbors, Tyrone Tracy, Andrew Phillips, Tyler Nubin, Theo Johnson, young people that are in this are on this team that can contribute immediately because they've shown more than flashes. They've shown the ability to. They just need someone to get them the ball. So I know we saw a stint of Drew Lock thrown in there a few weeks ago. Didn't look that great, but what would a Drew Lock look like if Drew Lock was named the starting quarterback and he took most of the first team reps at practice and came ready to play on a Sunday? What would it look like if Tommy DeVito had the same type of opportunity? So we have to move Daniel Jones to the side. We have to make sure that he doesn't get injured so we don't have that guaranteed payout for doing nothing. I mean, the guy's already made, 108 million, 130 million, something between there. He's already made. He's made a good amount of money for being mediocre. Okay, so he's gotten his payday. You've got your bag. You came to the league. You played, pretended starting quarterback, and you're able to feed your family. Great job. You did what you had to from college to the pros. Now it's time to go. Now it is time to go. We can't walk into this new era, this new season, 2025. Because this one's over. We can't go into this next one with a cloud of Daniel Jones. With a dose of Daniel Jones. We can't. I can't take another season of this. Waking up every day knowing that whoever we play, we are going to lose against if Daniel Jones is the quarterback. That's what it's come down to. That's literally what it's come down to. I don't even get excited anymore. And every time, I love this team. You can ask anyone. I love this team. I'm a huge Giants supporter. I bleed blue. I love the Giants. I love everything about them. But we got to wake up here. I don't want Joe Shane to go anywhere. I don't want Brian Dable to go anywhere. They've made some great draft selections, and I want to see if they can continue to get us some really good pieces. The ones that are under the radar. They got us some really great pieces because I think they have an eye. I just don't know why they don't have an eye to sit that guy, Jay, down. Because he needs to sit and not take another snap for the New York Giants. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know who's going to pick him up. I don't know what they're going to pick him up for. We'll take picks. We will take some picks. But the Giants need to focus on moving forward after this draft, building that morale back up, putting Malik Neighbors on the map again, getting him the ball, giving confidence in Jalen Hyatt and Wan'Dale because that's who we're moving forward with at our wide receiver core. Malik Neighbors, Jalen Hyatt, Wan'Dale Robinson. Okay? At the core, those are going to be the guys. Slayton is out of here. Would I like to keep Slate? Yeah. But do I think Slate's going to ask for more money? Yes. Do I think they're going to pay him that? No. Slayton drops the ball too much, and he's not your wide receiver 1 or 2. He's a 3. All right? So, that's, just wanted to get that off. Just wanted to, share my thoughts on that. And like I said, I'm always going to be rooting for this team. We have a bye week, so we can rest a little bit. Not have too much of a headache, and tune into the Knicks because the Knicks are balling right now. The Knicks are looking good. I like how everything's meshing. I'm not mad that Cat is there anymore. Cat seems to be playing his role well, and the Knicks are figuring it out. I know by February we are going to be a dangerous team, especially with Mitchell Robinson coming back. So once football is officially over, we'll start talking a little bit about the New York Knicks and basketball and everything like that. But just wanted to put that out there. And as far as the movie that I'm thinking that I'm going to review, Gladiator 2, I'm expecting to go see that. And I also wanted to put out the Netflix film that Christina Milian is in. My girl and I were able to watch that the other day. And it's a good one. So definitely want to, let me grab that name for you. Meet Me Next Christmas. So if you guys are looking for, Meet Me Next Christmas. If you guys are looking for something to watch with you and your girl, definitely just something to put on to get into that joyful Christmas vibe because it is coming. Thanksgiving's coming here first, but I always skip over Thanksgiving. Not really a big Thanksgiving guy. I love the food, but Christmas is where it's at. That's where the joy is. That's where the holliness is. That's it right there. So if you guys are looking for a movie, I just saw that one, Meet Me Next Christmas. Gives you that old Christmas loving feeling. Definitely some great acting done by Christina Milian and the rest of the cast that was a part of that film. And so, you could check it out on Netflix. And I'd say, grading-wise, I'd say that I put it at it's an 8. I'd put it for a Christmas film. It's 7.5, 8. All right, well, appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And like I said, back, consistent, better than ever. All right, hope the same thing can apply to my New York Giants. But until then, we're going to keep reviewing. We're going to keep rooting for them, all right? Let's go blue. Thanks, guys.